tapping in with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, I'm proud of you all for taking advantage of the opportunities that you see all around you every single day in this space. So I just want to say that first before I get started on what my conversation is today. When is the next show? Next weekend. So let me position this by when I say don't listen to Gary Vee, I don't mean all of Gary Vee, of course, because Gary Vee be saying some real stuff. But I was looking at a post that he recently just posted, and he was talking to a young man. And the young man, I guess essentially, let me see if I got a picture of this post. Oh, I didn't even take a picture of it. But the young man, I guess, was going through some dark times. And Gary Vee told him darkness don't exist. He said it's not real. I think that it's dangerous to give young men cookie cutter information like that. And just tell them that the world is roses and think positive. I think you have to think realistically positive. You know what I'm saying? And darkness exists. Light exists. If anything, embrace the darkness. But the man who masters the world is the one who exists in between light and darkness to control both of them. But when someone tells you that darkness don't exist, all it does is allow your shadows and that darkness to control you because you don't realize the power of those forces that are unseen. Right? Ignorance of something does not evade responsibility of it. So I don't like cookie cutter information, and I think this generation is being way too soft. Right? Instead of learning how to embrace the struggle, embrace the stress, embrace the anxiety. Once you embrace it, you take the power out of it because you have power over it. So don't try to ignore it because that lets me know that you think it's so powerful that you can't deal with the existence of it. That you don't even want it to exist, otherwise you could not fathom how to cope with living with it. Darkness is an arc. In the word dark, you have an arc. Just like you had Noah's Ark. What was that? The most dangerous times living. When you're going through dark times, you have to go through arc times. It's a bridge to get you over. It's something that can allow you to get through it. And then, when those times succeed, then you can get off that arc onto the lighter times. But you have to go through it to get to it. And we need better. And we need, and this is not to pick on Gary, but I'm using his post and his content as an example. And it was a young black man as well. And this is another reason why I found particularly, I didn't like it. I found a gripe with it. I've actually said this about Gary before, because Gary be saying some real stuff. He used to, at least. And he still be right about some things. But I don't like how I've seen so many younger generation men, you're looking for a father figure in the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to teach you how to be a black man in this world. He couldn't even deal with the first steps of telling you how to be a man in this world as a young melanated black man. Right? So y'all have to be careful going to these sources that's going to give you this cookie cutter kind of information because they wouldn't even understand what it's like to be you. Now, I ain't going to never tell you to be a victim or whatsoever. I'm going to tell you to embrace it, to tap into yourself and learn how to be a man through it all. So I just think stuff like that is dangerous. And I don't mind calling it out because I'm not in a build or destroy. I'm in a build and destroy era right now. I'm not in the villain era. I'm in the hero and villain era. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the anti-hero and whatever else that needs to be. Because this is a time of multidimensionalism. Right? I know what you think he said he meant, but this is exactly what I heard. A bunch of cookie cutter information You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. The darkness is here. The world really is this way that we think it is. These boys is really playing a game. There really are goddamn machines and global elitists that run and control the world in many different facets of ways. Ignoring things don't make them disappear. And just looking at the positive don't change your problem. I don't mind looking at the ugliness in the world and the beauty of it. I'm going to embrace both. You got to develop a stronger mind so you can deal with the world that is to create the world that will be. So no, embrace the goddamn darkness. It exists. Now, what doesn't exist, yes, and what he can be correct about is depending on the context, because in some context, niggas make up boogeymans. You worrying about things, this anxiety you have, this depression you have, that's because you live in a bubble and you're not prepared to be the man yet. So you have to still go through a preparation phase, and you can be a grown male afraid to go to the preparation phase of life. You can't skip the preparation phase. If you did not go through it, you're not prepared. You're walking around feeling unprotected even when you're not. And this is what I've seen, the whole generation unprepared for what is and what's to come. So they're slow to react and afraid of the consequences. Nah, B, you gotta embrace it all. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with go get you some positive guidance from some of these sources. But just be careful when you hear cookie cutter information. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to embrace the darkness. It's okay to embrace the light, but live in between so you can be a master, because you can have so much optimism for the world that just a little small thing will take you off your pivot. You feel me? And we at this point, man, y'all need to be listening to the gods and learn how to be gods again. Y'all need to cut off a lot of these motivational teachers and speakers and things of that nature. Y'all don't need that. Y'all need to know who you are. Because y'all walking around blind, right, without the knowledge of self. And if you knew how to see, hear, feel, and move throughout this world as yourself, then you wouldn't even be seeking advice from those that aren't you. So I don't think a lot of these people be having too much influence in our culture and with these young men. And these young men ain't gonna become greater men taking that bullshit advice. Straight up. It's general season. It's soldier season. It's warrior season. All that other shit, cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Get into some nationalism. Get into some pride about who you are, where you come from. Know thyself. Anything else, man, we cutting that bullshit out. You know what I mean? Get outside, man. Go develop your confidence. Go talk to a woman. Go ask a woman for a number or something, man. Y'all be on the internet sliding DMs, afraid to speak in real life. Go get you some money. Go feel at something, and then get back up. Go through 1,000 no's and tell yourself yes still and keep going. Go through some hardships or something. Some real ones, not the imagined ones. There's one thing I agree with Gary on, is that these niggas just be just be imagining problems in their head, and they imagine it and it feel like they actually went through something. I ain't going through nothing. And the thing you are going through, stop thinking about it so much. Overthinking doesn't change reality. I don't never want to overthink. You want to eat something that's overcooked, you don't like that. Your brain burnt out. Think correctly, think sharply, think intuitively. So again, I'm just using Gary V's post as an example. I don't mean Gary V as the whole entire person. I know some people don't know how to take nuanced conversation. And I know I have a large platform, but saying stuff like that is wild, but I can't get away with that because I'm a god, so it is what it is. And I know some of y'all don't like when people say stuff like that, but I'm not here for your sensitivities in life, because I'm actually not looking for more followers. I'm looking for people that are aligned with me anyway. you ain't aligned with me, you feel me, and you think that I'm just talking, and you think that this platform don't do enough, I don't even care about your existence. You can disappear and be gone. It is what it is, because what we about to focus on building is consolidating and only rocking with those who will have the same mission, vision, and values. And that's it. If we don't share the same enemies, we ain't good. We gotta build and destroy. We live in an era where everything is multidimensional as far as how you're supposed to move. You have to be multifaceted in all the things that you do. Yeah. So, all right, now we got that out the way. So, anyway, shout out to Gary. I learned some stuff from him. But my statement stands. All right. Now, the crypto buckets part. What's the crypto buckets? Imagine this. Imagine every single day and night, or every night rather, it rains money. Every night, it rains money. But and every day, you can wake up in the morning with more money. But the thing is, it's only for the people who are in position, meaning that you got to have some buckets outside. Some people, they have whole entire dumpster trucks that's open. Some people got trash cans out there, right? People, you have to be out there to be able to catch the flow of money every single night, but it's flooding. Now, some people, when they wake up in the morning, they go outside and they see money bags. They got money filled because they were in position. And then the other people, the neighbors, walk outside empty-handed and they have nothing. And they looking at everybody else take their gains and bring it in the crib and increase the family's net worth. And even though that some people watch this money, right, continue to amass in these families, it's almost as if they believe that it won't work for them. So we live in an age of abundance, but you're afraid to get into position, or you have such a poor religion in your mind that you don't want to get in position so that you can get some of this abundance. That to me don't make any sense. Money is everywhere. All we saying is get in position. And yes, there's the crypto. That's fine. But then there's also the skill sets of learning how to communicate and be a good salesman, learning how to market, learning how to brand. There's so many ways to step into this age of abundance. And it's abundantly clear that we're here now. And that we have one world going out and one world coming in. And if you're not in position to accumulate while the world is being built out, you will lose. And XRP is just one. I heard my brother, Tall Guy Tycoon, talking about this. And I agree with him. And my brother, Bitcoin Bully. I agree. XRP is just one. It's just one. Oh, Brooklyn is February 8th. So I'm waiting on tickets to go on sale. But yes, you have XLM, you got H-Bar, right? You got a lot of the boomer coins. I would study some of the old boomer coins, some of the AI coins, some of the infrastructure coins. Dodge probably go to $1, then it probably shoot up from there or come back down. I don't know. Dodge is an interesting one. But I'm not even looking at those. I think you want to be well researched. Here's my thing about a lot of people that want to invest. getting your information purely off of tips is not a way to make a living. Think about that. That's not the way to make a living. If you think that the information can lead to prosperity, why don't you go all the way in? Why don't you go all the way in? Save yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we trying to get tidbits? That's like you want to live off tips? Nah, B. I'd rather be set up all the way. So I see too many people trying to just get a couple of tips here and a couple of tips there instead of, man, put some time in. I mean, you telling me that you got time to death scroll and binge watch, but you don't have time to research on things that can give you a huge ROI that allows you to have freedom, that allows you to buy the things you want to de-stress your life, to travel when you want to eat at the places you want to take care of your children how you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that trade of time is worth it. So people will be wanting to get little tidbits. Is it XRP? Is it gonna go up? Is it this? Why don't you just go all the way in and just study? Why don't you just go all the way in and actually learn tokenomics? Why don't you just get all the way in the game? Stop trying to watch the game from the outside, man. Get in the game. Because freedom only waits for those who take it. You can be on the plantation imagining freedom all you want to. You will never be free just because you imagine it. I don't care how positive you think. If you stay on the plantation, you're not free. You can be the most mentalist, mindful, Zen, law of attraction, Buddha floating on the planet Earth. If you still on the plantation, you are still a slave. There is no freedom without actually going towards the freedom. Everything in life requires energy. It requires friction. Even babies are born because energy is conjured in the manner to where there's some friction being built up. And then there's release of energy. And then that release of energy goes through a cultivation period before there is a birthing from an ROI of that energy. That's how you got here. Thank you, brother. So y'all have a blessed day. I'm about to go work out. Speaking of straight up and down. Make sure y'all join Infinite Wealth Strategies. Stop waiting on your freedom. Go take it now.